You know that feeling when you rewatch a K-drama scene and suddenly it hurts way more than it did the first time. Maybe it's because you already know how it ends, or maybe it's because this time you're older and the story just hits deeper. Today, we're reliving those iconic K-drama scenes that cut different when you watch them again. Get your tissues ready because this is about to get emotional. Let's start with Queen of Tears. The first time you watch the rain scene it feels dramatic, but when you rewatch it, knowing what happens later, it's not just rain, it's regret. It's every unsaid word falling between them. That silence, it speaks louder than any OSD. Scene number 2, crash landing on you goodbye scene. Remember the crash landing on you goodbye scene at the border? The first time, it's all hope like maybe fate will find a way. But when you rewatch it, you realize they already knew. That look in their eyes? It's two people pretending they're not already saying goodbye. And that's what makes it hit harder the second time. Scene number 3, 2521, the ending scene. The ending of 2521 broke a lot of hearts. On first watch, you're frustrated like, why didn't they end up together? But rewatch it and it's not about loss. It's about growth, timing, and learning that not all love stories are meant to last forever. Sometimes love is just meant to shape you. Scene number 4, it's okay to not be okay, the hug scene. That hug, the first time, it's comforting. The second time, you realize it's healing. Two broken people holding on because they finally found peace. It's not romance, it's relief, and that's what makes it beautiful. Scene number 5, Goblin. The first time, it's fantasy. The second time, it's pain disguised as poetry. When Kim Shin says goodbye, you realize it's not just a goodbye to EU and TAC. It's a goodbye to immortality, to memory, to love that time can't hold onto. The truth is, K-dramas don't just tell stories, they grow with us. The first time, we watch with excitement, but on the rewatch, we watch with experience. Because sometimes, you have to live a little more for a scene to finally make sense. Scene 6, Vincenzo, the farewell in the vineyard. At first, it's a slick ending, but when you rewatch, you notice how his voice shakes. The mafia lawyer who finally found peace, only to lose it again. It's revenge wrapped in regret. Scene 7, Startup, Dusan's letter scene. The first time, it feels like a simple reveal. But when you rewatch and already know where their journey ends, that letter becomes more than paper. It's a time capsule of dreams, failure, and quiet love. It reminds you that even ambition carries heartbreak. Scene 8, My Love from the Star, Doomy and June's vanishing scene. The first time, it shocks you. The second time, it crushes you because you already know he'll come back. Yet you feel the weight of every second they spend apart. That scene isn't about aliens or fantasy. It's about missing someone who feels too good to be real. Scene 9, Mr. Sunshine, the train station scene. At first, it feels patriotic, a heroic sacrifice. But when you rewatch it, it becomes deeply personal. You realize that love and duty aren't opposites, they're intertwined. And every second before that gunshot feels eternal. That look between them isn't just goodbye, it's a lifetime exchanged in silence. Scene 10, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, the beach hug. The first time, it's adorable. But when you rewatch, you see the deeper meaning. Two broken people finally learning that love doesn't have to hurt. That hug wasn't about romance, it was about peace. A moment where healing replaced heartbreak and quiet joy took the place of chaos. When you rewatch these moments, something changes, not in the scenes, but in you. You start noticing the silence between words, the pain hidden in laughter, the meaning buried in every glance. That's the magic of Reply 1988, the wedding reveal. When you finally rewatch it, you see all the subtle hints, every mischance, every look we ignored. It's not just about who she ends up with. It's about how love isn't always loud, sometimes it's quiet and patient. Scene 12, My Mr. the silent scene. No words, just quiet understanding. You don't notice how powerful that silence is until you rewatch it. Because healing isn't loud sometimes, it's just being seen. Scene 13, Extraordinary You, the reset moment. When Dano realizes she's just a side character. The first time, it's shocking. But the second time, it's a mirror reminding us that sometimes we live life on autopilot until we choose to rewrite our own story. Scene 14, Descendants of the Sun, I Miss You scene. You thought it was just romantic tension, but when you rewatch it, you feel the fear of loving someone who might not come back alive. It's not just chemistry, it's the cost of loving a soldier. Scene 15, Hospital Playlist, the last dinner scene. You think it's just another happy gathering, but when you rewatch, you realize it's the last time they were all together before life moved on. Laughter suddenly feels heavier. Scene number 16, business proposal, the rooftop confession. At first, it's funny and flirty, a mix of awkward tension and playful charm under the city lights. But when you rewatch it, you start to see what's really happening beneath the laughter. That rooftop isn't just where they confess their feelings, it's where she finally stops pretending. It's not just romance, it's self-acceptance disguised as love. Scene number 17, the glory, the final smile. You think it's victory, a perfect ending to a perfectly crafted revenge. She finally got justice. Every scar, every tear, every sleepless night has led to this. But rewatch it, and that smile feels different. It's quiet, hollow, almost heavy. Scene number 18, move to heaven, the father's notebook scene. The first time you see it, it's touching, the kind of moment that makes your chest tighten and your eyes blur. But when you rewatch it, it hits deeper. You start to see the love that never needed to be spoken. The father who prepared his son for life even in death. It's not just a message, it's a map of care, designed for a boy who sees the world differently, for the love that endures beyond loss, for all the things we wish we could have said while there was still time. Scene number 19, our beloved summer, the final interview. The first watch feels like closure, two people sitting in front of the camera, reflecting on what used to be. But when you rewatch it, you notice the quiet glances, the pauses between words, the smiles that linger too long. You realize they were never really over. Their love didn't end. It simply learned to grow in silence. The documentary started as a story about two exes, but ended as proof that some bonds don't break, they just evolve. It's peace, not dramatic, not loud, just two hearts that finally found their way home. Scene number 20, my liberation notes, the worship me scene. At first, it sounds strange, even bold. Worship me, a line that feels almost absurd out of context. But when you sit with it longer, you understand it's not about romance at all. It's about the human need to be seen fully, gently, without judgment. That scene isn't about love, it's about liberation. And maybe that's what we all want, not to be worshipped, but to be witnessed. When you rewatch these moments, something changes, not in the scenes, but in you. You start noticing the silence between words, the pain hidden in laughter, the meaning buried in every glance. That's the magic of K-dramas. They don't just tell stories, they tell your story too, every time you come back to them. Maybe that's why, even after all these years, we keep pressing play again. Because sometimes, the second watch isn't about the show, it's about how much we've grown since the first. So tell me, which K-drama scene hit you the hardest when you rewatched it? Drop it in the comments below. And if you felt something while watching this, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the family for more K-dramas deep dives.